Hey, this is Jeff, and today I'm going to look at how the buses work pre and post sends and soloing the other track. So here I have a recording of a friend, and he's playing If I Only Had a Brain, and I'm going to insert a send. That's effects. And I'm going to send it to the verb bus. And now we have verb going. And here you can see the level of the verb bus. And I'll turn that on and that on so you can see. Right? So to make this a little bit faster, I am going to mark a point here. And I will mark a point here. And now between A and B, I will bounce to track 2, which is also routed to the master. Okay, so now, and for what it's worth, on track 1 I had the level down. Okay, and the send level was at 100% and it was post. And now, if I play without soloing anything, I get both. I have the original, I have this one, and I have this one, track 1 being sent to the verb. But if I solo this, the verb send goes down, and I'm listening only to the bounce track. Now, if I do the same thing, so if I come back here and I remove the solo, I look at track 1 and I remove the post. So now it's pre. This is at minus 8.6, so I'm going to set the send to minus 8.6, so it's about the same. Close. There. Okay. So now we're about the same point. I am going to select my region. I am going to bounce it onto track 2 the way the other one was. And they're going to be pretty much equivalent. I am going to solo this, and for a second I'm also going to solo the master bus. Now you see, if I mute this, track 1, because the send is no longer post, it's pre the output. The fact that I'm soloing this track doesn't stop this one being sent to the verb bus. So you can see it here. Now if I double back here, the verb is now doubled, which is interesting when you listen to it, right? If I come back here and flip that, that'll turn the verb off. That's the double verb. Okay, so, and interestingly, right now, if I were, so right now we've got the double verb when we're listening audibly, but if I select this track and do a fast bounce and export it and import it back in, it will not have this double reverb on it. The only way that I end up with the double reverb is when I am listening in real time with this track soloed and this verb send pre. So what? Should I take it all the way through all those steps to prove it? So here we have the double verb. I will go ahead and export. Where? I don't know. So I will insert a track, and I will go to the marker and import this one. And now we have both, and now I will flip the phase on this one, number 3. I will solo both. I'll turn that to post so I don't have anything. And we have absolute silence, and to prove the point, if I bounce it to another track, and then normalize my silence, I still have silence. So this is just to prove that that what was exported, even though when I exported it, I did not have this checked, right? So I should have gotten the double reverb. And to go back, I'm going to delete these two and listen. Right here, we can see the double reverb. We can hear it too. If I click that, the double reverb goes away. Now it's back. Now it's back. And when I exported it and brought it back in, what got exported did not have the double reverb on it. The only way you end up with the double reverb is when you listen back where you have sends that are fader and you've soloed up the track that you want to listen to. The tracks that are not included in the solo, where the sends are are still going through your buses and can get mixed into your master and can confuse you in terms of what you're listening to. That was my whole point. The main lesson that you should focus on when it comes to exporting tracks is if you, what people do all the time is they will take they will take a mix where they have maybe a compressor and limiter on the master bus. They will bounce it to a new track, and that new track is also aimed at the master bus. And then when they listen to it, they running it through those effects again, the same compressor and limiter a second time. And so you end up with too much compression and limiting. And when you export it, that's there too. The way that you fix that is if you have effects on the master bus, and then you change this to output directly to your interface rather than to the master bus. Now, if I export this, it would not go through any effects that were on the master bus, if there were any. Right now, there aren't any, so it doesn't matter. But if I had effects on the master bus, when I bounce the track, I'm going to want to set the output for the one that I'm planning to keep the way it is, not to the master bus, but directly to an output on the interface. All right, I hope I helped somebody. And Noel, I hope this explains what I was trying to talk about best, and hope everybody has a good day. Bye.